Hello students. Today we are going to study Mathematics Part 2 of Standard 9. Chapter number 1, Basic Concepts in Geometry. Earlier we studied Property of Betweenness and Basic Concepts in Geometry. Today we are going to study theorems and its proofs. In 3rd century before Christian era, Greek mathematician Euclid gathered the knowledge of geometry. He took for granted some self-evident geometrical statements which were accepted by all and called them postulates. Here, some postulates of Euclid's are given below. First, there are infinite lines passing through a point. Second, there is one and only one line passing through 2 points. Third, a circle of given radius can be drawn taking any point as its center. Fourth, all right angles are congruent with each other. And fifth postulates, if two interior angles formed on one side of a transversal of two lines add up to less than 2 right angles, then the lines produced in that direction intersect each other. Now we will move on to conditional statements and converse. As you all studied in English grammar, the statements which can be written in the if-then form are called conditional statements. The part of the statement following if is called antecedent and the part of the statement following then is called the consequent. For example, consider the statement, the diagonals of a rhombus are perpendicular bisector of each other. So conditional statement will be, if a quadrilateral is rhombus, then its diagonal are perpendicular bisector of each other. In this statement, if a quadrilateral is a rhombus is antecedent and its diagonals are perpendicular bisector of each other is consequent. Now we will see converse. If the antecedent and consequent in a given conditional statement are interchanged, then the resulting statement is called the converse of the given statement. For example, conditional statement is, if a quadrilateral is a rhombus, then its diagonals are perpendicular bisector of each other. So its converse will be, if the diagonals of a quadrilateral are perpendicular bisectors of each other, then it is a rhombus. Now we will move on to the next topic, theorem. A property is supposed to be true if it can be proved logically. It is then called a theorem. The logical argument made to prove a theorem is called proof. When we are going to prove that a conditional statement is true, its antecedent is called given part and the consequent is called the part to be proved. Now we will take the first theorem. The opposite angles formed by two intersecting lines are of equal measures. Then conditional statement will be, if two lines intersect each other, then opposite angles formed are of equal measures. Hence we will draw two lines, line AB and line CD intersect in point O, such that A'(O') and C'(O') Now we have to prove angle AOC equal to angle BOD and second, angle BOC equal to angle AOD. Now we will start with the proof. Now as you can observe in the figure, angle AOC and angle BOC are angles in linear pair. Hence equation 1 will be angle AOC plus angle BOC equal to 180 degree. Similarly, angle BOC plus angle BOD equal to 180 degree. Those are angles in linear pair. which is equation number 2nd. If you will observe both the equations, the right hand side of both the equations are same. Hence we will equate left hand side of both the equations. It will be angle AOC plus angle BOC equal to angle BOC plus angle BOD. Now as BOC is both the sides, so after eliminating angle BOC, we will get angle AOC equal to angle BOD, which is our first proof. Similarly, we can prove angle BOC equal to angle AOD. Now we will move on to practice set 1.3. Question number 1. Write the following statements in if-then form. First, the opposite angles of a parallelogram are congruent. And answer will be, if a quadrilateral is a parallelogram, then its opposite angles are congruent. Second, the diagonals of a rectangle are congruent. And answer will be, if a quadrilateral is a rectangle, then its diagonals are congruent. Third, in an isosceles triangle, the segment joining the vertex and the midpoint of the base is perpendicular to the base. And answer will be, if a triangle is an isosceles triangle, then the segment joining the vertex and the midpoint of the base is perpendicular to the base. Now we will move on to question number 2. Write the converses of the following statements. First, the alternate angles formed by two parallel lines and their transversal are congruent. First, we will make its conditional statement. If the lines are parallel, then alternate angles made by two lines and its transversal are congruent. Now converse will be, if alternate angles made by two lines and its transversal are congruent, then the lines are parallel. Second, if a pair of the interior angles made by a transversal of two lines are supplementary, then the lines are parallel. Now converse will be, if two parallel lines are intersected by a transversal, then the interior angles so formed are supplementary. Third, the diagonals of a rectangle are congruent. First, we will make the conditional statement. If the given quadrilateral is a rectangle, then the diagonals of a quadrilateral are congruent. Now converse will be, if the diagonals of a quadrilateral are congruent, then that quadrilateral is a rectangle. Now students, here we finished our first chapter of Mathematics Part 2. Now your homework will be, write down the postulates of Euclid with diagrams in your notebook. Also write the theorem of opposite angle and also practice set 1.3.